Militarily Speaking, Season 2, Episode 20, Spousely.
This episode, we talk with Monica Fullerton with Spousely.
Welcome to Militarily Speaking, brought to you by Armed Forces Bank. This is Tom McLean and Jodi Vickery. I am the military retail exec for Armed Forces Bank, and I'm going to stay by the book here. Jodi is the Chief Digital Officer.
Thanks, Tom.
Monica can probably learn from digital, right? Because most of her life is around the digital platform.
Maybe. You said, I'm going to stay by the book, and then you immediately went off course.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of just having time with me.
Okay.
All right, Monica, it's Jodi's turn.
Yeah. So again, welcome to the show. We're super excited today to have you listening and learning all about our guest, Monica Fullerton, and her organization. I want to stop and just share your bio with our audience, and then we'll dive right in. Military life often requires wearing a lot of hats, and that's especially true for Monica. She's been named a trailblazer in tech by Military Spouse magazine, featured on the Forbes Next 1000 list, the Mighty 25 list, as one of the most influential leaders supporting the military community, the Entrepreneurship. Is that how you say that? Entrepreneurship?
Entrepreneurship. Yep.
I feel like I need to say that real fast. Yeah. The Entrepreneurship 100 list as one of the best community-led businesses, and the Inc. Female Founder 200 list. A lot of recognition there, and we're going to learn all about why. Monica is also a proud Tory Burch Foundation Fellow, and she's an ambitious corporate businesswoman turned entrepreneur, twin mom, which we established in our small talk up front with her favorite movie, and an Air Force spouse. She has long dreamed of becoming an entrepreneur, but she wanted her efforts to support a greater purpose than just starting a business. And in an effort to provide highly transient military families, as well as those who have previously served, a space to market their products and services regardless of duty station, she launched Spousely. She and her team remain diligently committed to nurturing a community that emphasizes learning and income-generating opportunities for our nation's heroes. In addition to growing Spousely, Monica is the creator of Build, Launch, and Thrive Online, a course for early-stage entrepreneurs, and it offers personalized business strategy and mentorship through her Business Bestie Consulting Services. That's a cool name. Whether it's through entrepreneurship, maybe Tom, you and I could be business besties.
That's pass. Yep.
Can we get matching necklaces?
I think there's more to talk about for Monica.
I'm making a note. Whether it's through entrepreneurship or career development, she is passionate about helping others shine and create work that feels aligned, impactful, and profitable. She's a visionary leader and a strategic operator with a proven track record of driving growth and impact across companies of all sizes. Her expertise spans communications, business strategy, community building, marketing, e-commerce, consulting, and high-value partnerships, all fueled by her passion for helping others succeed. Welcome, Monica. It's an honor to have you on our show today. I appreciate you being with us. I'd love to give Monica the floor.
I always feel so depressed when I get bios read.
You feel like you're slacking?
What kind of road did I go?
We can talk about that later.
All right.
I'll fill you in on the blanks.
Oh.
But Monica, I want to give you a chance to just top line tell our audience about Spousely. And then I know Tom and I are going to dive off into 1,000 different areas with some questions for you today.
Well, hey, Tom and Jodi, thanks so much for having me. And it's always a hard one to sit back and listen to somebody read off all of that. So I appreciate.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Sorry, it was, gotta take a breath and all that. That's kind of how I feel, right?
Are you exhausted just hearing it? You should be.
It's entrepreneurship life, right? You just kind of just keep going. So anyways, thanks for having me. And yes, Spousely, oh my gosh, our community is a true inspiration. I like to call it Etsy meets Angie's List, but with a focus on shopping for social good and supporting our nation's heroes. So all of our vendors are approved military spouses, veterans, Gold Star families, first responders, active duty members, and then anybody can come on to Spousely to shop small and make a big impact.
Love that.
So entrepreneur, that word's going to come up a lot, right? Or entrepreneurista.
Entrepreneurista. That's hard to say.
That's your new
I'm
favorite
probably not
word.
even saying it right now. Right. Business bestie is my new favorite thing.
All right. But yeah, let's talk about it. We've had some veteran business owners, right, that have been in our other podcast episodes, but I don't think we can ever get enough of maybe what went well, what best practices you have, lessons learned. Maybe if I could go back to when the pandemic started, when you started this thing back in January 2020 timeframe, right? What would you have done differently? And it probably was a different time then anyway to start it. But why don't you talk about the entrepreneurial spirit that you have?
Yeah, honestly, I always talk about there is no right time to get started. And I feel like
Yeah.
that is honestly what holds most people back from what they're truly capable of. Is we all like to seek perfection, and we always will tell ourselves, well, let's wait till the right time, or maybe after the kids leave, or maybe after this journey in my corporate career, or whatever it might be. We're always seeking what is the right time to get started. And to be honest, for me, it all just sort of fell in place. There was not a right time. And like you mentioned, it was right before the pandemic. So I had no idea what was about to come. And I also had no idea about building and scaling a multi-vendor marketplace, which, as I've learned over the years, is one of the hardest businesses to build and grow on a bootstrapping budget. But with the power of community, anything is possible. And so I'm always a big believer, and I love to always tell those that are maybe exploring entrepreneurship, is do not wait for the right time, because it doesn't exist. You have to just get started and everything will continue to fall into place. The biggest thing is just making sure you're pouring a strong foundation off of your why.
Pretty good answer. I still want to expand just a little bit about any missteps or anything that you said, wow, what a great decision I made on this part of the business. But maybe even something that would be one or two takeaways that would give people either comfort to know that it really is possible to do this, or things that don't do that at all because I tried it, it failed, but I won't talk about it because nobody likes to talk about failed aspects of business, right?
Well, that's a great way to put it. You mentioned, something that it's a word that I always talk about. It's a quote. It's growth begins when comfort ends. And I have been living and breathing that quote since this journey has started. And it's something that I really like to get people to kind of sit with a little bit, because the reality is if we don't continue to push ourselves outside of our comfort zone, we're not able to continue moving forward and trying new things, opening new doors, building, something that might feel like it's out of reach. And also, you mentioned failures. And to be honest, I like to look back now at some of my biggest failures on this journey as failing forward. And you feel like you're not going to overcome them when it's happening. There has been many different things. I'm very grateful for all of the opportunities that I've had since launch. And one of them included one of the largest national shows for entrepreneurship, which I cannot talk about, but it was one of those opportunities that I honestly have dreamed of my entire life of knowing entrepreneurship. And I actually made it happen, but I couldn't reel it in. I couldn't bring it home. It was one of those things where I got the opportunity, but it never actually ended up airing. And it was a huge failure just because I was hoping that it would air so that way it could continue helping our community grow in so many different ways. And that was just one of the many, obviously, things that has happened on this journey. But for me during that time, it was one of those just gut-wrenching moments of, well, why? Like, why did this not happen? And now that I look back, it has allowed me to see, oh my gosh, I actually built something that was even credible enough to even make it that far and to have that opportunity. So,
yeah, that's great. I mean, just all about perspective and context. And sometimes you can't see it when you're in it, if it feels like a failure at the time, I think. But the benefit of hindsight's always wonderful. Yeah. So when you think about your business model, talk with us about how you decide what success looks like. Are there metrics that you keep an eye on with respect to your organization? And what's that path looked like over the last several years as you've grown that?
Yeah. So obviously being in the tech space, there's a lot of noise around how to scale and grow a tech company, essentially, right? There's many different pathways, but the one that we all know that is usually in our face more frequently is you need to have a co-founder, you need to raise capital, you need to, expand in all these different ways. And honestly, at the end of the day, I really feel like I was able to kind of build my own pathway with building Spousely. Since it was a mission-driven company, I learned pretty quickly over the first year or two in business that traditional capital, traditional ways that most tech companies are built did not align with the direction that we wanted, where it was a marketplace that was built for us by us. And so really being able to continue to align with the mission-driven side, we started to see that it's not just the number side of things, it's the impact side of things.
Yeah.
Okay, how many, families, how many vendors, how many customers, how many partnerships can we start to create a greater impact through people power? And I talk about people power a lot because that is what directly drives success on impact. And when you're a mission-driven company, it's not necessarily about the ongoing revenue or the dollars. For us, it's the dollars that we're putting directly back in to the families that we serve and support by providing them with a place and an outlet to grow their business as they would like, whether that's, extra income, or maybe it's their full income that they're bringing in on the side through having this small business. But at the end of the day, it really boils down to two key metrics. And our biggest one is impact. And then obviously revenue, being able to stay afloat and make sure that those dollars are getting right back into the pockets of our nation's heroes.
There was a couple of quantities that I think about with your success too. When I saw, 1,000 different branded items.
Yep.
And then you're almost catching up to Jodi with LinkedIn followers. You're at it was like 10,038.
She's probably got an edge on me by about
connections that you have on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
she has you by 10,037. But yeah, she.
Not that we're stalking her.
No.
It just gets increasingly weird here, Monica.
When you have that many people that support you with the brands, but also support you because they believe in the mission, and that no matter where their lifestyle takes them, that's pretty cool about the mission. So thank you for that answer.
Well, on that note, really fast, to be honest, I feel like there's nothing that you can do better on this journey than being your authentic self. And that is something that I committed to when I decided that I did want to take the leap and build a business from the ground up. Was I was going to take people along for the journey with me. So those numbers that you see, especially LinkedIn, it's been just a labor of love of a network that has just truly been a part of this journey with me. I mean, I receive messages still to this day of people that are like, I've been following you for the past, X amount of years. And I just love seeing where everything has gone, where you're helping other business owners at and things like that. So I always like to say, don't underestimate just the power of what you personally bring to the table, because oftentimes we build businesses around what truly, lights our fire, right? And me as a military spouse, I told you at the beginning, it all stemmed from my own personal frustration and inspiration as a spouse. I always was a career-driven spouse, and I did everything right by the books in terms of, my bachelor degree and my master's degree and the career that I was planting for myself. And then love happened, right? Here I am then living a military life. And, that doesn't necessarily always fit into the plan when you are career driven, because for me, I wanted to be the next Oprah. I thought for sure I was going to have a talk show. I was going to be able to tell people's inspiring stories and uplift and make an impact and just use the power of communication. And when I quickly learned that, communications isn't something that I could do in a traditional sense that I had thought, I quickly shifted gears, right? I was like, how can I use everything that I love and that I'm passionate about to still do the same thing that I always wanted to do, to uplift and empower others, but just shifting gears a bit.
It's all about a strategy of hope, Jodi.
Trying to think so if she thought she was going to be Oprah, I was wondering what you thought you might want to be when you grow up, Tom.
It's big. Bigger than Elvis.
Yes. We're working on a star for him out on the sidewalk in front of the bank.
Love that.
Yeah. That way he could be famous. Yes.
It's in a dog park, by the way. That's what
keep dreaming big. Just always dream big, right?
Strapped to the side of a fire hydrant.
With the little baggies next to it. So, there's different phases of business development, whether you're in the startup phase or whether you're in the fast growth phase. But do you think you're at a point 6.5 years later where you don't really have to market because everything just comes to you now because you've got a network of people that really enjoy what you do and support your mission?
Well, you can never stop spreading the word and, continuing to market and building out different ways to get creative on getting the messaging out there. But I will say we have been very lucky because I focus so much on pouring a very strong foundation from the start, which is something I always try to teach new entrepreneurs is don't skip out on pouring a strong foundation. Do your market research, follow your why, build structure around it. Things are going to shift, they're going to pivot. But when you put in the time early on, it helps set you up for continued growth and success. So to answer your question, yes, we've been very lucky that Spousely has continued to, the goal was always to try to get it to become a household name where people knew they could go and support all of these incredible military and first responder owned businesses. But I knew that I was stacking against a very strong uphill battle on, corporate companies that have millions of dollars in budget to be able to market and build out ongoing campaigns. And I knew all that we had was the power of community, the power of our voice. And to be honest, it's very powerful. Oftentimes you get stuck in thinking you do need millions of dollars to continue spreading the word, but really all that you need is people that believe in what you're building and impact that it's making. And it will continue to build upon that.
Yeah. And I think it's that authenticity that, I'll take that every day over millions of dollars being spent on something that's not quite genuine.
Yeah.
Do you know that Monica said Spousely is Etsy meets Angie's List?
I know. I wrote that down. That's cool.
Pretty soon that's going to be Etsy is Spousely meets Angie's List. You think?
That would be incredible. We are working towards something amazing that's actually launching in a few weeks. And Spousely is going to be the marketplace arm to this new ecosystem. And it's really powerful when companies and organizations come together because it continues to open so many new doors. So while I never thought it was going to be possible to actually make Spousely a household name, just through our bootstrapping budget, what has happened is just alignment has continued to fall into place, allowing us to build and grow together, which is amazing.
And if this isn't going to be published before 3 weeks, can you tell us what it is?
So it's called Mill Street USA, and it's going to be in collaboration with some just amazing existing organizations that have been in the space for about a decade or so. I am launching it alongside the amazing Stephanie Brown, who is a powerhouse in the military entrepreneurship space. And it will basically be a collective of bringing together organizations more so under one umbrella in terms of being able to send anybody that is interested in entrepreneurship that's military connected or a career or starting a business or buying a business. It will help guide them on different, resources and different opportunities. So that way it's not so overwhelming.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep.
Kind of like Main Street USA a little bit, about a little bit of play on words there.
That is exactly where the idea came from. It's got different pillars.
I would have been cheap labor for you for a marketing department.
Feel free to use all of his time.
Yeah.
Maybe exclusively. Yes.
Yeah.
Jodi, you're up.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for
Speaking of the World Cup.
Yeah, we weren't. I want to hear. So we always love to hear the why behind why organizations come to be. I'd love to hear your personal, why you do what you do, why you serve, how you have personally engaged in the helping of these small businesses, whether it's setting strategy, whether it's mentorship and guiding them along the path, and just give our audience a little glimpse into what makes you tick in terms of why you're doing this and what makes you go every day.
Yeah, especially on the military connected entrepreneurship side, it's really just leaning in on when one person serves, the entire family serves too. And, I struggled with that, like I shared, just being a military spouse and trying to figure out how to piece all of the pieces together on this journey is very challenging. So at the end of the day,
as a military spouse, I understand how unpredictable life can be. Whether it's a PCS move or just everyday expenses, money can be tight. That's why it's so important to have a checking account that works for you.
Armed Forces Bank offers our Access Freedom checking accounts designed with military families in mind. If you're looking for no monthly fees, early military pay, and no fee access to over 38,000 ATMs nationwide, we've got you covered. Plus, with our user-friendly mobile app, managing your money is a breeze, no matter where you're stationed.
And with about 75% of our team affiliated with the military, Armed Forces Bank really understands the challenges faced by the military and their families. We've been supporting military families for over 100 years, so we'll always have your back.
If you're ready for a checking account that's as flexible as you are, head over to afbank.com or visit a branch near you. Armed Forces Bank, serving those who serve. Member FDIC, $25 opening deposit and e-statements required. Direct deposit required for early military pay. Closing new accounts within 90 days of opening will result in a $25 early closure fee. Message and data rates charged by your mobile phone carrier may apply.
My why is to continue to empower and support those that want to be able to do what they love while living a life on the go. And it's just become a very powerful North Star for me, whether it's helping those in the military community or those outside of the military community. It's always finding that alignment on doing what you love, because oftentimes, we put that in the backseat and we can't really quite figure out how to make everything fit together. I have a lot of, moms that will come to me and they just don't know how to even get started while also juggling motherhood, as an example. And for me, that's really what lights my fire, especially is as a mom myself and as someone that has continued to piece those puzzles together. It's showing them and guiding them on business and everyday life can coexist. You just have to know how to continue to navigate and build based off of what your true passions are.
That's so true. I mean, I saw something the other day, and I think it was maybe a meme or something, but it talked about, maybe especially as moms, sometimes you start to think, okay, I need to do all of these things. I need to have my corporate job, and I need to take care of the house, and I need to take care of the kids, and I need to take care of this, and this. And so if you're focused on doing that in a perfect, seamless, shiny, no blemishes kind of way, it can be pretty stressful.
Yep.
So kudos to you for helping show them that there can be balance and there are ways to juggle and keep all these plates spinning.
Yes, it's been an amazing journey for sure. And I'm
sure it's rewarding.
Yep. Very rewarding.
The Fullerton twins are going to make a name for themselves one day. Yes. I don't know if it's going to be succession planning through Spousely, but.
Well, the best part is I've got a boy and a girl, and they both are very, very different in so many different ways. But the best part is for me, they are growing up watching me firsthand follow my dreams, because oftentimes we can say, follow your dreams, follow your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you're not showing them how to actually do that firsthand, it becomes challenging, and confusing one day for them when they just are not seeing it firsthand. So I'm very proud to, show them that ever since they were born. I've always been a working mom, and it's something that I absolutely just love about our journey together.
That's such a good point.
Here's an impromptu quiz question for you, okay? Your podcast sounds eerily similar to some quote by Katharine Hepburn, right?
Yep.
So give me the exact quote from Katharine Hepburn. I'll give you $1. Okay.
Turning the impossible into I'm possible.
Yeah.
Am I off?
Do we Zelle or Venmo?
You're we right aren't Venmoing anything.
50-50.
We didn't bet.
But let's talk about the podcast. It's one of our competitors, so I really shouldn't talk about it. I can't promote your podcast here, right?
Friendly competition, of course you can.
But yeah, talk about that, because I know that when you go out there, you've got some really good guests out there. And people can go to your website. What's your website, Monica?
It's spousely.com.
Spouse-ly.com, right?
You can do that either way.
All right, both? Okay.
Yeah, spousely.com. But yes, our podcast is called I'm Possible, and it's all about how our vendors and community partners are turning the impossible into I'm possible. And it really just goes back to everything that I was saying in terms of oftentimes it can feel very impossible to piece the puzzle together. But there are just so many incredible stories, especially within our Spousely community, that deserve to shine and deserve to continue to be a guiding light to those that might think that it is impossible. We've got vendors of all different calibers and different seasons that they've started their businesses in. And some of them that are my favorite are, businesses that were created during deployment. Some of their spouses were deployed and they decided they wanted to start a business, or a Gold Star spouse that, has lost their loved one and now is trying to provide for their family while also still trying to find their passions and, tap into their talents. So it's a really great way to view the word impossible and turning it into I'm possible.
Just having real stories, real connections, real people talk about it, it makes it feel like it's within grasp in case you're in a bad place at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you want to start new and provide for your family.
Yep.
And they can find links to your podcast on your website, right?
Yep. If you go on spousely.com, at the top of Spousely, there's a link for the podcast. And we like to keep them very short, usually under about 20 minutes, just because, sometimes we all need that oomph of inspiration to keep us going.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling Jodi. But
right.
the average commute time is 23 minutes and 12 seconds. So it does make sense to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you just made that up.
There's a data point.
I'm pretty sure you just made it up.
I don't know about the 12 seconds, but it's pretty close. I mean, that sounds pretty.
No, but there's a margin of error in there. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Right. 3%.
Sounds pretty on point.
Plus or minus 50%.
Jodi, again, you're up, Jodi.
I have it in a couple of places, but talk a little bit about how you view your competitive landscape. So as you're working to attract people into Spousely, what differentiates you from other organizations that might be doing similar types of things? And how do you position yourself there?
Yeah, we are always all about collaboration just because, like I said, a multi-vendor marketplace is a beast itself. You have to have vendors, you have to have customers. But what we've done really well is having both sides of the marketplace. We have product vendors and we have service vendors. So whether it's somebody looking for a candle or cookies or a custom gift or wanting to hire a marketing professional or a CPA or, something along those lines, you can really find everything you need in one easy location. Now, obviously, our main competitors are some of the big names, which we won't name them here because we all know some of the big marketplaces. But the reality is, at the end of the day, we truly attract mission-driven consumers. We attract consumers that are either, military or first responder connected themselves, or they're a family of someone that is, or they're a neighbor. That's been a huge area. We'll have people message us frequently where they're like, oh my gosh, our neighbors are a military family and we found out about Spousely and we just love being able to support their amazing community and our nation's heroes. So for us, being a mission-driven platform, it also attracts those mission-driven consumers. And oftentimes in the marketplace landscape, it's really just around shopping, right? How fast can I get something?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's an easy gift that I can send? Where these are consumers that are really thinking, hey, what is something very thoughtful that I'm not just sending a gift, but I'm also supporting a family that is behind it as well.
Monica, do you mind if I do a shameless plug?
Mm-hmm.
She said, she does mind.
Sorry. No, I know that.
She's Can you edit that?
That was a great answer.
So the shameless plug is we have this great program. You should go to our website, afbank.com, right? We have Heroes Roundup, where they have debit cards that allow people to make purchases with their debit card round up to a charity of their choice. We just have a handful of partners out there.
Oh, awesome.
But certainly from a communication standpoint or it's all in the family type community support, that, hey, if people want to buy through Spousely and use their debit card, they can certainly use an Armed Forces Bank debit card, purchase from you, but also give benefit to
give back more than one way.
Philanthropic organizations that are serving the military community.
I absolutely love that.
Wasn't that cool how they did that? Yeah.
Well, it's the gift, right, that keeps on giving.
Absolutely.
If we can continue to put our hard-earned dollars to work to continue supporting, those that not only support us, every single day, but also just giving back to different organizations and different opportunities, I would much rather have my dollars going towards that. So
yeah, no, it's a great affinity. I mean,
yeah.
And it's one that exists even after you exit the service. Like if I can spend my dollar here or spend my dollar there, and
yep.
I mean, why wouldn't you, right?
Monica, we're going to end with a question before we get to the trivia question at the end, but from a support or volunteer or partnership, or how do I get my brand on your site? Just think about it, like you mentioned this earlier about families and service members and vendors and partners and companies, blah, 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 what's that message you say? Well, if you want to be part of this great organization and this great solution that's supporting military, what are ways that people can do that no matter who's listening?
Yeah, they have a lot of partners on their website.
They do.
Yeah.
Prominent partners and big names out there. It's good.
Well, whether you're a vendor, a partner, or a supporter, so you took my exact way that I actually say it, it is just so impactful. Whether, you are a military or first responder connected business owner, we would love to have you as a vendor on the platform. It's so much more than a place to sell. It is a true community of like-minded individuals that are supporting and championing one another on this journey. And then we've got our partners, and our partners are mostly our corporate strategic partners who truly believe in what we have built and military connected entrepreneurship. And they are working with us on strategic ways to continue building out different initiatives, which has been incredible because, as I mentioned, as a bootstrapping company, all of those strategic sponsorships are what actually keep the lights on at Spousely. We have kept our fees very minimal to our community just because for us, it's not about what we charge our community, it's about what we can do together. So we're very grateful for those corporate partners that come in and build out initiatives with us because that gives us the funding to continue providing the opportunity. And then the supporters, anybody that is passionate about supporting the military or first responder community, I always say, like I said before, when one person serves, the entire family serves too. And getting to know this community of entrepreneurs is very, very powerful. There's just so many inspiring stories and so much that these businesses are doing for our family. So we love our supporters that continue to shop small on Spousely, continue to build out different opportunities, come together to share the stories. It's incredible.
One of your partners is, am I saying this correctly? Is it GovX?
GovX.
GovX.
Yep. GovX does all of our verification.
What is that the one that has that unique commercial out there? Is that a different product I was thinking about?
GovX has quite a bit of commercials because they're providing discounts on national brands to anybody that is verified military or first responder.
Yeah.
And we partner with them to handle all of our verification on the vendor side. So we use GovX ID.
Or as I say, GovX.
I'm sure they wouldn't mind the rebrand.
Think of the angles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are validating government employees, so GovX probably makes more sense.
Once again, Jodi.
Just saying.
Rightness prevails in the mouth of Jodi.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't help myself with you.
Can we play a game?
Is there anything that we haven't asked you about Spousely that you're like, man, I hope they ask this because people really need to know this about our organization? And then, Tom, we can play a game.
No, we covered everything. The biggest thing is like I said, whether you're a vendor, customer, or supporter, every ounce of just getting to know Spousely for everything that it stands for, what it has built, what it continues to do is just the biggest ask. The more that we can continue spreading the Spousely love, the more it directly puts funds back in the pockets of our nation's heroes and their businesses.
Doesn't sound like she's a rookie at this.
I know. This is not her first rodeo. Well, she does have her own podcast.
And she's been, you want me to tell you all the things she's been from Bloomberg TV to all these things or not? No.
Yes.
CNBC, blah, blah, blah.
She probably is going to have a star on the sidewalk before you.
I know.
Maybe at the dog park also.
And it will not be in the dog park.
There'll be a party at the dog park.
Yes.
Anyway, no, I appreciate that. I've been out on the site a little bit. I've got it pulled up right now. Great, easy to use. So if you are out and about on the web, spousely.com, check out the podcast. Find out how to partner up in any of the ways we've talked about for sure. And now, Tom, we can play a game if you'd like.
Only if Monica wants to play.
I'm ready.
She's like, I don't want any part of this. So our game is called the Military Minute. And so we have a question every podcast. Is
that trademarked so she can't use it on her podcast?
I don't know. Right. She seems like a nice person.
Yeah.
And I don't think she'll do that. She won't do that.
No.
On our last podcast, our guest had a connection to Syracuse University. So our question, a little pop culture-ish, sports related. And so since you said you're now a football expert, you might,
she must
know this, yeah. Right?
Whoa, I never said expert. I'm understanding the game.
What?
I heard expert. Name the only Heisman Trophy winner from Syracuse, now in its 137th year in its football program.
Mendoza?
Who?
Is it Mendoza?
No.
Oh,
but that's a great guess.
He's the flavor of the day. You can't see. He went to Indiana.
That's a great story, though.
Oh, did he? Did he go to? Yeah, he went to Indiana. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked Indian.
I have no idea then. Honestly, I just am in tune with Mendoza because I love his story. And
it's so good.
When we move back to Vegas, I can't wait to see him play at Allegiant Stadium.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a funny match to take him.
Yes.
Who's like Mr. Wholesome, great story, and put him in the land of throwing batteries.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be interesting. No, I don't know the answer. I am really bad at sports, guys. That's why when my son is like a natural athlete and he eats, sleeps, lives sports, I still am totally that mom at every game that asks a million questions because I'm still trying to understand everything. So,
when my son played football, I was like, I need to have like a football for dummies kind of a book. So
yes.
I'm like, they threw a flag. They made a symbol with their hands. What's that mean?
Ask your sons. You have a son and daughter, twin, right? Ask him at dinner tonight who the winner of the Heisman was.
Okay, I'll ask.
At Syracuse.
At Syracuse.
At Syracuse. Okay.
So you know if he's
about
making it up or not.
years ago.
Yeah. So in 1961,
okay,
it was Ernie Davis.
Ernie Davis.
I didn't know it either. Yeah. Tom didn't either until he Googled it. So
plus I Googled it and it was actually the wrong answer.
Yeah.
So this week's question on the military man, you can't answer this one because I'm pretty sure you're going to know the answer. And so we're going to tee this up for our audience. This week's question is about Spousely, and it will require you to go to the website. Well played, Tom. Spousely.com. What 4 departments are part of Spousely U? I feel like we should play Jeopardy music.
Did you see Monica? She's like, what's Spousely U?
Oh, I'm answering this? I thought we were...
No. You can answer it after we stop recording.
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, we'll be cheating for our audience.
Okay. I love Spousely U.
But that's our question. So go to Spousely.com and what 4 departments are part of Spousely U? If you are great at the internet and you go to that site and you drop your answer in the comments when this podcast hits and you are correct, then you will be entered to win $50 for yourself and $50 to a charity of your choice. And you could use that $50 to shop on Spousely, perhaps. That would be lovely. I might enter. Yes. And same for our last podcast. If you guessed Ernie Davis, 1961, and you had entered that correctly in the comments, watch for your name to be picked as the lucky one for $50 for you and $50 to a charity of your choice.
It could go to like a GoFundMe for me to help me with my star out front in the dog park.
We could. We could make it out of tinfoil. Thanks for being a good sport. Yeah. I didn't know the Syracuse one either.
Yeah, sorry. I don't.
And I'm gonna live my whole life feeling okay about that.
I'm feeling confident that she knows the answer to the other one, so we're good.
She's a ringer on the last question.
Yeah.
But if you enjoyed today's episode, go out to afbank.com, subscribe to the show, make sure you rate us or leave us a comment without putting Jodi at the forefront of that comment.
Unless it's positive.
Okay, like I said, don't leave it at the forefront on your favorite podcast platforms such as Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. And Monica, I'm going to give you a 99.37.
Oh, wow. That's exciting.
Yeah. Out of 1,000.
Wow.
No.
I think he's secretly impressed that you stalked him. Nobody's ever done that before.
She had me at...
He has met his match.
Yeah.
Met his match. Well done.
It's not about having a hello.
Yeah.
It's about stalking.
Yes.
Well, thanks, guys, so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
I'm going to be reaching out to you after this, okay? So enjoy the rest of your day, Monica.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Monica.
Bye.
Bye.
Copyright Armed Forces Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All non-Armed Forces Bank-owned apps, websites, company names, and product names are trademarks or registered trademarks of their respective owners. Their mention does not imply any affiliation with or endorsement by Armed Forces Bank of them or their products and services. They are merely used as examples of the many available apps, companies, and websites that offer similar services. Before using any app or website, you should carefully review the terms of use, data collection, and privacy policy. Apps may have an initial cost or in-application purchase features. This information is general in nature and is not intended to be legal, tax, or financial advice. Although Armed Forces Bank believes this information to be accurate, it cannot ensure that it could change. Statements or opinions of individuals referenced herein are their own, not Armed Forces Bank. Consult an appropriate professional concerning your specific situation and respective governing bodies for applicable laws, such as IRS.gov for current tax law. Armed Forces Bank, the Armed Forces Bank logo, and the Militarily Speaking logo are registered trademarks of Armed Forces Bank.